Does Friday to Sunday equate to 3 days and 3 nights? In this video, we shall look at the sign of Jonah, and as always, we encourage you to not just believe us but check up what we teach from the pages of your own Bible. In 1954, psychologist Leon Festinger introduced the theory of cognitive dissonance, which is a mental discomfort that occurs whenever a person simultaneously holds at least two conflicting ideas. For example, you may believe eating cake every day is bad because it's unhealthy but still continue to eat it. Most Christians admit to this mental discomfort when trying to establish the duration it took Jesus Christ from his burial to resurrection. We shall apply 3 principles needed to overcome this discomfort. These include 1. Challenging your beliefs. 2. Changing actions. 3. Accepting a decision. 1. Challenging your beliefs. We shall look at what Scripture says as we challenge the belief that Jesus Christ was buried on a Friday and rose from the dead on a Sunday. Matthew chapter 12 verse 40. For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the great fish, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. How do we get 3 days and 3 nights? Because Christ said 3 days and 3 nights. Christ did say that there was 12 hours to a day, John chapter 11 verse 9, and therefore 12 hours in the night, a total of 24 hours. And we know he didn't die till the evening hours on the day he did die, Matthew chapter 27 verse 46. So we can't count that day, so let's work backwards. We know he rose on the first day of the week, Mark chapter 16 verse 9. But wait, a Hebrew day goes from sunset to sunset, making the first day of the week actually start on what we would call a Saturday night. Well, that makes sense because Mary Magdalene began her way out to the tomb on the first day of the week while it was still dark, John chapter 20 verse 1. He had already risen, so that would mean that he rose on Saturday night at sunset because that would be the beginning of the first day of the week. So let's count backwards from there. 1. Saturday day. 1. Friday night. 2. Friday day. 2. Thursday night. 3. Thursday day. 3. Wednesday night. Okay, that means he was crucified at the 9th hour, 3 p.m., on Wednesday and put in the grave by sundown that evening. But they wanted him off the cross because the next day was a Sabbath, John chapter 19 verse 31. That would have to make it a Friday evening, wouldn't it? Wait a minute, the first day of unleavened bread is considered a high Sabbath, Leviticus chapter 23 verse 7. There are 2 kinds of Sabbath in the Bible. 1. Regular, weekly, Sabbath, and 2. High Sabbath. This Sabbath was not the weekly Sabbath, rather it was the first day of the 7-day-long feast of unleavened bread, of which the first and last days were high Sabbaths, Leviticus chapter 23 verses 5 to 7. Well, that makes sense because Mark chapter 16 verses 1, 2, says that Mary bought spices after the Sabbath and yet still waited for the first day of the week to anoint Christ's body. Christ perfectly fulfilled the sign he gave 3 days and 3 nights, Matthew chapter 12 verse 40. Therefore, Christ's death occurred on a Wednesday 3 p.m., buried before sundown same day, resurrected on Sunday morning before dawn. 2. Changing actions. When we embrace the belief that Jesus Christ was in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights, a total of 72 hours, the next natural process is evidenced in our actions. The death, burial and resurrection of Jesus Christ has been long associated with Easter celebrations. However, Easter relies on a Friday to Sunday, 2 nights, 1 day, timeline which does not have a basis in Scripture as we've earlier seen. Passover festival agrees with the 3 days and 3 nights timeline. Easter is not Passover and Passover is not Easter. In practical terms, changing actions for any Christian means that they need to look forward to Passover observance as opposed to Easter. Point 3. Accepting a decision. It can take time to get used to accepting the decision to observe Passover celebration without regret. However, life is full of hard decisions, and focusing on the benefits of what your choice can help. For example, as Apostle Paul says, Jesus Christ is our Passover, 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 7. The benefit entails that Jesus Christ is the center and object of our worship during the Passover observance. You may also need to avoid information that conflicts with your beliefs, as Apostle Paul would assert in Romans chapter 12 verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good, and acceptable, and perfect will of God. Check out this teaching to get a clear understanding of the Passover festival. If you enjoy this video, please like, share, leave a comment and follow our channel for more videos on Bible topics.